range combat again. Welcome to Kung Fu Having number 2, short range combat part 2. I'm on Instagram. I'm just gonna let the phone go, and then I'm going to keep going here. I left off on some shit. I have no idea because I went into panic mode when I lost Instagram trying to end the video. So we're gonna just go and see what happens with the 48%. All right. Against Instagram, I apologize. I totally apologize. I am like the dumbest guy when it comes to technology. And you ask me about Kung Fu, I can teach you that. You ask me about technology, I think Bill Gates is still alive. You may have a better shot at getting him to teach you something than getting me to teach you something. I said I think Bill Gates is still alive. Don't have me lie to you, because I have no fucking idea. I'm not behind the times that much, but that shit doesn't mean anything to me. I use my cell phone for Facebook, Instagram, and stuff, but I'm not on there all the time. I check in every now and again, see what my crush has posted. But anyway, that being said, let's get on with the video. Kung Fu Epic 2 will tell you who my crush is, because I won't tell you here. Not ever. Unless I get to marry her. Pray for me. Alright, so short range combat, when I was, before I went into panic mode, I was teaching you guys about mantis and indentions and Kempo. So we're going to pick back up on low range kicks on Wing Chun and combining your styles, because here's the thing. If you're going to fight, I almost guarantee you, if it's in competition or if it's in the streets, everything that you've learned in the dojo is going to take a back beat. Alright? It's not a bad beat, but it's a back beat, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to remember most of that shit, but your opponent is not going to come at you like you are taught in a dojo. He's not going to come at you in stage martial arts style where it's like boom, boom, and you're going to go boom, boom, and boom, boom. It's not going to come like that at all. Every fight is different. Every person that you will face in conflict will come at you at a different rate. So when I was talking about different angles in the other video, which you'll have to go back and watch, you know, if someone's coming over here, boom, you know, you need to be able to move over there instead of switching your whole thing. And granted, this switch will give you power, but it also takes away your time. So I'll give you a minor difference of karate and kung fu. I'm probably going to piss all the karate guys off, which is why I switched to kung fu, because karate is about power, which, as you can see, my 5'3" frame does not have. However, I'm stronger than I look. So when it comes to karate and power, if you remember day one dojo, you know, for the X block, boom and counter, boom and counter. So this is where your power comes in, when you counter and you shift your weight from there, you know, because everything comes from here, boom. So for Kung Fu, you are taught to get to the outside and strike. So boom, I broke your arm, boom, I struck you. So it'll look more like this in real time. So let me see if I can slow it down. Boom, boom. Now if you want to get dirty, break, pull, come back. Alright? So basically you're pulling them, you're kneeing them. You've broken this first. You've broken this, that's down. You're pulling them, you knee them, and then you hit them. So break, pull, pull. So once they're down and you hit them again, it's pretty much done once you've pretty much broken their fucking arm. But at the same time, if the person is stronger than you, it's going to be a little bit harder to break their arm. But for Kung Fu purposes, this is why you get to the outside. You know, when you get to the outside, you have a good chance of throwing more torque into their gut. But if you're outside and this leg is closer, then you sweep the foot this way, or you can break and pull and put the knee there, because the knee will already be right in its position. But if you want power, when you break and pull, you shift and use the knee that's farthest away. This is a lot that people don't understand how martial arts work when it comes to power. Alright? So for Kung Fu and preciseness, and if you don't have a lot of power, for Wing Chun, if you pull them and this knee is already there, boom, you bring it up, because their arm's already right here. Their arm's in front of you. So you're, boom, and you're pulling this into all of this. And it's going to be a dead stop for them because you're coming. But if you want to do more super radio damage or superficial damage or whatever the word I'm looking for, you will shift from using this knee to using that knee. So again, it also depends on who teaches you what. So you're pulling and you shift. When you shift, this is your target because you've broken the arm, boom. Now if they're short like me, you're probably going to check their chin. Alright? Which either way, you still want to end this fight swiftly. Because most fights don't last more than 3 to 5 minutes. Unless you're both aces and unless you're in a competition or an MMA environment where you have rules and shit that you have to abide by. So you can't break somebody's arm purposely and you can't bludgeon someone with boom and boom. You know, now if you're in kickboxing land, boom, boom, there's rules. So you have to abide by those rules. That being said, you're not going to break their arm and jam your most powerful knee into them. However, you're not going to break their arm and jam the weak and the closest knee into them. See, a lot of martial artists don't tell you how certain martial arts work. Certain martial arts work when you shift and you put that power in. But sometimes you don't have the time to do that. You see where I'm going? Sometimes it's an immediate strike, boom. Sometimes it's a power strike. In the middle of the battle or the heat of the moment, you're not going to remember what the fuck you were taught in that dojo because you don't want to get your ass kicked. You don't want to die. You don't want to get beat up. So if you boom and boom, you know, that was right there. It was automatic versus boom and boom. All right? And you know, you're always going to have your guards up come hella high water. So that's going to be a thing. And it works the same on the other side. You boom and you pull and you make them have a short stop. And then you can hit them. Or if you want to end the fight swiftly, break, boom. You know, you want to take them to the knee. Now, there's a lot more you can do after you broke their arm. You can take them to the ground and put them in a Fujiwara armbar. Or you can just put them in a straight armbar. Or when you're pulling them and you bring your knee up, you bring their head to your knee. Their arms right here, get it back at their hair, bam! You know, it's a done deal. It's a little brutal. I probably shouldn't be teaching you that shit. But when you are actually in combat in the street, you're going to need that brutality because you're not really going to have a choice. The guy you're fighting in the street isn't going to give a damn. You know, he's going to try to be just as brutal as you. So he's trying to hit you with bad intentions. Your job is to say. I know I completely got off topic when I started the other video about teaching big guys to fight small guys. So when I come back around to that, that's how I'm going to end the video. But for the right now, you know, each style, if you can recognize the style, you can take on the style, and you have to be able to adapt. So, capoeira, that's a spinning world kick. Alright? So, a little bit of wushu. For capoeira, I'm not going to recommend wushu. If you're combating someone with capoeira, and you have a quick ability to adapt, you know, then you fight them with their style. But adapt to make their style your style so the fight turns into your fight. But don't feed them too much of your body because capoeira guys are pretty goddamn quick. Same thing with wushu people. The sad news on wushu has become more of a show art and capoeira is not too far behind it. And taekwondo has made a resurgence. So whatever style you choose to fight, you have to be able to find out what style is best to combat that style. I would say if you're going against capoeira, wushu's okay, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would go with the drunken master because this way you both have a sway. Your sway is like this, and theirs is like this. There's not much difference except for the fact that capoeira is seriously acrobatic, which wants to bring back the wushu subject. You know, so you really got to find out what your niche is. And before I go back to the main point of what I was making this video for, because Instagram is about to die. Straight up and down. My phone's about to die. So, that might be it. So, I'm going to keep going though. You have to learn your niche, and I'm going to tell you to be honest, the more martial arts you study, the better off you're going to be. So don't just get graded in one style. Get graded in as many styles as possible. Alright, so I don't know how to end this thing here. I don't even know if this actually was live. So, how the fuck do you stop it? That was a good one, by the way. Am I live? Because there's no exit here. Okay, how do you... Shit. Let me stop my Kung Fu Havoc. No, let me finish the video and then we'll end this thing because I got like 45%. I'm sorry you guys just had to get a close-up on my ugliness. God, I hope my nose was clean. But anyway, so I'm going to bring it back around now so that I can teach taller people to fight smaller people. No, this is not a betrayal to all of us short people. This is more of a corporate venture, if you would, or a promise honored. Let's go with it's a promise honored. All right. So in most cases, you know, when you're as big as a brick house and you're fighting somebody as small as a brick, you have two things working against you. You have their speed and gravity. All right. So if you're fighting a guy who's as small as a brick but slow as a turtle, you don't have much work to do. Versus you're fighting a guy who is small as a brick but fast as a flash, because now you have to worry about his speed. So most big people are fast. They're just probably not as fast as most short people. Everybody has a natural athletic ability. You have to find out what yours is. It's better to find out the easy way than the hard way, and in a fight you'll find out the hard way. So for little people, big people have to punch down. So if you're fighting someone smaller and you have to fight down, you might want to take a step back and crouch before you throw the punch. Because if you try to throw a straight punch while you're moving in, what did I say at the beginning? You have to go against their speed and gravity. And it's more or less, you got to deal with gravity versus their speed. Because if you swing down and you didn't step and lower yourself to my level, but you just said, I'm just going to swing down. Sidestep, boom. I got you. Because I'm going to block this shit. I don't even have to break. I'm just going to block it and throw the first thing that I can, which would be a turning round taekwondo kick. Boom. My target is everything. Because you're swinging down. So if you miss, because I sidestep. So you're here and I'm over here. I got boom. There, which is here. Or I got bow. High, which is here. So anything up there or down here, because you're over here, it's mine. Because you didn't lower yourself before you threw the jab. So don't try to haymaker from the sky. Try to lower and jab. I'm already at the low level, all right? Because 5'3" is pretty short. But a 5'3.5" and 5'3.5" isn't as short as you think it is, all right? So for you being 6'3" or 6'5", you want to squat a little bit and then jab with me. You don't want to come at me full combat because you don't know how fast I am. You also don't have a better center of gravity because you're bigger, and you also don't know what style I've studied. So let's say you're big and you don't do what I just said. You don't squat down and try to man up with me. You just try to swing. So there's so many different things that I've studied that I can do to you from that Hellmaker swing. The most important thing, all I've really got to do is just get the fuck out your way. But if I'm not fast enough, I have some blocking options. But if I am fast enough, which I probably am, I'm going to get the hell out of your way. I'm going to sidestep to the right or sidestep to the left. I'm going to sidestep one way or another, and I'm going to drive right into you. Because you came down, I got a better chance of gravity. So if I'm really good with judo, I can just roll you right over. And when you flip over, I'm going to put my knee on your chest. Or I'm going to put you in an arm bar because it's right there. So, and if I'm doing jiu-jitsu, same thing. Because you're swinging down, so I can just catch you and throw you and put you in the arm bar. Or I can put you in a neck lock. Or I can put you in whatever I want because you've already gone past. The gravity's working for me against you. So you're throwing the punch, I'm down on top. You know? So from there, I can put you in an arm bar after I get you down. Or I can put you in the arm bar and take you down at the same time. Just watch Asuka, you'll figure out what I'm talking about. From WWE. So, in those positions, I'm going to tell you the secret to fighting a short guy when you're 6'5" or better. You have to squat down and try to box out them. Don't try to go all for the fences because I'm already short. I don't have much ducking I need to do. All I have to do is just block and evade. Because eventually, you have to also do the one thing that I left off, but I should have put on here first. I weigh about 120 pounds. Most guys over 6 feet are anywhere between 150 and up. I haven't met a guy who's 6 feet tall who weighs 120 pounds. And I know you're probably out there, but I haven't met you. So if you outweigh me by yay so much, this is where judo and sumo and all kinds of other grappling martial arts come into play. Because if you're coming down and you're 6'5", boom, I can bat you away all day. I don't even have to touch you. I just have to get the hell out of your way. I can bat you away all day, and my body weighs a lot less than yours. So it's not hurting me. I don't have to breathe really hard. All I gotta do is barely move. I got you dead to rights. Now if you get smart and you squat down a couple of feet and you keep it low and you like, yeah, so I gotta, and if I don't see it, there's a liver. If I don't see it, there's a rib, you know, so I gotta know about my body. So if you squat down and you switch your styles, let's say you go from straight boxing to, I'm gonna go to a gung fu kick. Boom. So I don't see that because I'm expecting you to be tall and to come jabbing. A taller person is not gonna squat down and then come in with one of those front lazy kicks. You know, he's not gonna come in with a gung fu kick. He's not gonna come in with a Wing Chun kick. He's not gonna do that. But see, if I'm a martial artist and I'm going to teach you big guys to fight little guys, I need to teach you little guys to fight big guys in the same breath. So everything that just went for the big guy does not go for the little guy. When you're a small guy, the best thing you can do is learn more grappling, learn about gravity, learn about body mechanics, and learn how to break at the elbow. Excuse me for belching in your face. Because if you can break at the elbow, a lot of people throw the power. If you know anything about judo, the more that a person swings everything at you, the easier it is for you to take them off their feet. Except for in the case where they are behind you. So when they are behind you, this is a very important lesson so that I can end this video on a positive note. It's a hell of a lot easier to take a person off of 1 foot than 2 feet. So your target is here or that instep there, if at all possible, because sometimes people don't feel pain when adrenaline's pumping. So if that doesn't work, grab, twist, and pull the crotch area, and you got a pretty good chance of stopping them or making them let go. So when they let go, because they've got you in a bear hug reverse, when they let go, boom, a quick elbow, boom, a quick kick back. Any of those things that will get them the hell off of you generally will work. That being said, this is Kung Fu Havoc #2 and Instagram. I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to make a couple of other martial art videos, but they're going to be in the house because I don't trust the weather right now. So it's been a blast. I appreciate you all. Be seeing you.